Hey everybody, welcome back to Smirking Reviews. This is Rob, and today on the channel we're going to be finishing our discussion on Our Flag Means Death Season 1, spoiler-free. It's created by David Jenkins, executive produced and co-starring Taika Waititi, and starring Rhys Darby as Stede Bonnet, the gentleman pirate, along with a remarkable cast of characters that we're all going to be talking about, but mostly spoiler-free in this discussion because to me, if you ruin the jokes in a comedy, you can't really. It's like, once you hear a joke once, it does start to lose its impact. And even in the trailers, whenever they show like the funny parts, I'm like, well, not laughing at that now. But anyway, if you like what we're doing here on the channel as we change and grow, I suggest you go all the way back to the beginning and watch how I started. It took me way too long to get here, I'll admit, but we're always trying new things. We're on this journey. Thanks for coming along with us. So like and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, get all that stuff out of the way so we can start talking about this wonderful show. Because after the first 3 episodes, yeah, I wanted it to be more funny. I did. So sue me. When I see Taika Waititi's name on something, I laugh a lot. Even in Jojo Rabbit, in movies that are deeply sad. There's moments of all that in all of his stuff, even in the sillier stuff, What We Do in the Shadows. There's moments of drama and everything. I guess I just had it when I see these two people who are so super funny, and the trailer doesn't have doesn't really have a serious tone to it that you have to take seriously. I was a little surprised by some of it, but it's just different. It's new. It's a new thing that they're doing, and they're trying it to tell stories in new ways that aren't just slapping your knees silly. The show still has something to say. There's still some stuff that they're trying to do, and they're reinventing it in a way. They're taking the pirate stuff and they're flipping it on its head, and I am here for it completely. I am not the biggest pirate fan, so this is where, yes, it's nice to be putting these out there so that the community, you find the people who do give a shit about pirates, and then they can tell you about it. I am a little disappointed in myself because I played Assassin's Creed 4 twice all the way through, and I forgot about the character of Stede Bonnet, who was a real pirate. And a lot of this is based on real people, but I mean, it's all really, it's a parody. It's a satire in a way of pirates and culture at the time, and throwing it in their face. And while it's unrealistic that this would be happening, it's not the point. It doesn't have to be realistic. These are all works of fiction. So anybody who gets too, in a twist over the inaccuracies of stuff, get over it, man. All right? Pirates have been gone for a long time. No, I mean, there's still pirates out there, but not like, yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. So I did think, though, that the first three, I wanted them to be a little funnier. But I do really like that they're telling this story about this very different kind of pirate who, has a library, and he's into fashion, and he's basically what they all call fop. And he's ridiculous, and he doesn't fit in, and it doesn't work, and it shouldn't work, and it wouldn't work. But it's a show, and it's not really about that. It's about relationships and people and what we do, like how does what we do in our life, define us, and can we change that, and our perceptions of people. Like we see a pirate and we go, oh, he's just a bad, there's all sorts of things. This show also has a non-binary, gender fluid actor in the mix, played by Vico Ortiz. This show has a lot going for it. Plus, it has like a good pedigree of actors involved. Like I've said, several Game of Thrones actors are on here, but just in general, just some good character actors, people who aren't afraid to put themselves out here. I know that like Christian Nairn, who plays Wee John, who is Hodor on Game of Thrones, or Nat Faxon, who plays the Swede, both of those guys have literally done full frontal stuff and things before. You've got a bunch of actors that aren't afraid to literally put everything out there in a comedy that has a message, that has messages within it. And that's one of the other things that we need to talk about, is that these messages that are in these episodes. And why in my thumbnail I say that this show is the Ted Lasso of pirate romances. Because like Ted Lasso, for me, and I can only speak for myself on this, right? I went into Ted Lasso going, I'm going to hate this. I probably won't get past the first episode because I was not a very big Jason Sudeikis fan um, at the time. And I know that the rest of the world likes, well, I'll say football. The European, how the rest of the world views football. It's, I could be a dick and be like, it's called soccer. But for the sake of our international fans of the sport, I was just like, I don't know how you're going to get me into this. And then it started, and it was schmaltzy and cheesy, and I loved every second of it because it was sincere, and it wasn't faking its sincerity. It was literally trying to do what the show was, what the character was trying to do. They were trying to put everyone in that show into Ted's, like thought processes. Like he wanted to literally change things, and he started to. And as many times as I was like, this is the most cliche, corny thing I've ever seen, I was just completely won over by it. And the same happened here because a lot of these episodes have the same kind of almost like very sitcom-y cliches. And it's the brilliance of the writing and the acting and the directing that pull this off again. Because after the third episode, once Taika joins the show proper, everything, it's like a lock when you're like, I don't know why I'm doing this because I've never broken into a safe before. But it just something just finally clicks, snaps into place and opens up and the treasure is there. That's what Taika Waititi becoming a part of this cast does. He brings, he coheses, he glues everything together. All the cast, everyone in it is written around how they feel about Blackbeard. And so it's all their relationships and all their own internal conflicts and things that go off of that and where we jump off from this. And he just brings the funny and his own great talent. But he plays off of everybody so well. And the growing relationship that you get between Steed and Blackbeard is a great, great bromance. And I don't want to spoil anything, but maybe something more. And you don't see that. And they handle things that I think a lot of people could get in a twist over, and they do it with humanity. And sometimes, they throw things out there that are ridiculous, but it's like the characters need to learn by the end of the episode. Now, the great thing is I think the characters in this, they keep what they learn, they retain their knowledge, not like in a sitcom that just kind of resets and pretends that you didn't have anything happen in the next episode. They just hug it out, and maybe it's too soon, and I know we all love Full House, but that's what I think when I think of like, everybody just hugs it out, and I shouldn't be dissing Full House. It's too soon because I really like Bob Saget. I don't think dissing Full House is a diss on Bob, but I feel bad saying it a little bit. But even there's an episode, and I will spoil this much, right? In one of the last episodes, you got Will Arnett comes on. Spoilers, Will Arnett guest stars on this. And I thought for this show, I was like, Will Arnett. Will Arnett always plays, a bit of a douchebag to certain degrees. And so he's perfect for this. I mean, BoJack Horseman, he never even shows his face. You know what I mean? It's like a cartoon, and it was like BoJack Horseman was Will Arnett and vice versa. So he's really good at playing this kind of character that he plays in this. And in this, it was the old friend of Blackbeard's comes back and, puts a wedge between him and Steed. And like everybody else thinks that this guy is great. And why doesn't the other guy see it? And why doesn't anyone see what a big jerk this guy is? And that story has been done a million times throughout sitcom worlds. And that's just one example, but it all works. They find a way to make all these little scenarios really, really work. Rory Kinnear, who's in this, also plays a great dual bad guy as these twin captains that are after. First one, is causes kind of the series of events. His what happens to him causes the rest of things to happen. I think Rory Kinnear is a hilarious foil in this. He's been in a lot of things. I believe he was on Penny Dreadful before this. This guy, He's
All right, sorry, I had a little bit of a brain fart there as I got almost 10 minutes into this video. Um, so we're talking about the cast. We talked about Rory Kinnear. Now we got, I want to mention Joel Fry, who plays Frenchie, who is also on Game of Thrones. He's hilarious. Ewan Bremer, who goes all the way back for me to like Train Spotting, who's fantastic as Buttons. Matt Mayer as Black Pete, the guy who just wants to be best friends with Blackbeard and just kind of sways back and forth. Samson Kao, who plays Oluwande, another great character in this, who gets a very unexpected like love interest in this. Nat Faxon is the Swede again. Nat Faxon has been around for a while, and I really liked him on his show Married with Judy Greer, but he's been a great comedic actor for a while. Does I remember him in Beer Fest. Then you got Samba. I'm gonna mess this up. Shot as Roach, and Con O'Neill as well in this. So these are all mostly kind of unknown actors, unless you're like watching a lot of like either Game of Thrones, a lot of HBO stuff. But I like that these are unknowns mostly because then you don't have any baggage coming around, and that's what's great about a lot of character actors is you might be able to say, I remember him from this, that, or the other, but they always stand out, and their performances are usually something either that fits their wheelhouse or they're the kind of actor who really rises to the challenge and gives you something that you've never seen before. And I think that that's another thing that makes this show special is it's giving us, like I said, all these things that we've seen before but done in a new way. And again, I just get overwhelmed by how much I enjoy the tone of this and how good I feel watching this. I can't stress enough how a lot of times these days everything is about something that's going on right now in our world. And while this show again has these things that correlate to what's happening, in our society now, I still felt like it was spending more time on the characters and the story than just making us have to learn a lesson. And there are lessons to be learned here, but it's still entertaining. At the end of the day, I enjoyed it, and I look forward so much to what they're going to do next time. There were all these kind of scenarios, and I don't want to talk about each episode specifically because I think everybody, again, needs to just see this on their own and enjoy the comedy and the story and the connections that all these characters build and bond together so that they do form this like our what we really like is the underdogs. What we really like is the casts of the kind of the outcasts and the freaks, the Goonies. All right, we all love the Goonies. That's basically it. I think we're I think we're all like looking for a new kind of every time some sort of people behind, even if they are pirates, you know? And that's all I really want to say about this is that it just really, really hits you where you want it to hit you. And it gives you a good, if, fictitious take on a lot of real people. And I enjoyed every second of it so far. And just like at the end, this doesn't spoil anything, but that last shot, it just that really brought it home for me of like what this show is about, what's important, and I think maybe at this time in my life this show is what I need because I've been going through a lot. I think and we all have. And that's one of the important things about shows like this is it can change you, for a little bit. It can help you. I think this show can help people. I think that show Ted Lasso can help people. I think it can help us find the funny. I think it can help us be able to laugh again. I think it'll also, help us like educate ourselves a little bit on not just pirate lore, but like how to be with each other and things like that. So anyway, if you liked what I said about this, if this makes you want to watch the show, then I've succeeded in my job more than worrying about likes and subscribes. Because again, I want to hear what everybody else has to say about this show now that the first season is over. And again, I do appreciate the comments that you guys make, even the ones that educate me on certain things. So the people who brought up like that Steve Bonnet reminded me that he was a real person. Thanks. All that stuff is great. So anyway, that's it. If you like this review, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe button. We'll be back with more stuff as soon as I can. These take a lot longer these days to put together, but I'm hoping that the quality of what I say is matched by what I'm trying to do technically. So anyway, have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye. Okay, wait. Stop. I've done a lot of takes of this video, and even this one isn't perfect by any means, but I would not have been able to forgive myself if I did not jump back in and talk about who I was really excited about when I saw was in this show, and that's Claudia O'Doherty. All right. I first saw her on the show Love on Netflix, and I fell in love with this actress. She is so funny. And in this, as she plays the long-suffering wife of Stede Bonnet, and she gets her own arc, I can't wait to see what they do with her. I hope they bring her back. She is a fantastic talent. People out there, anybody who happens to see this or whatever, watch her stuff, cast her in things. She is fantastic, and yeah, I would have been really angry. And if you haven't seen her on Love on Netflix, she's a reason to watch that, along with the reason that it's just good. But definitely check out this show and Claudia O'Doherty. I can't believe I almost forgot this. So anyway, that's it, and I'll see you guys next time.